1 for 10.
1 for 10. USA penalty killing, by the way. This would be the 15th advantage against them. They've allowed only 1 goal. That's almost 93% penalty killing. So you can see why they've been successful in this tournament.
Their penalty killers now are Otto and Carpenter, with Langway and Hatcher on defense. Here from the face-off, Canada's Howard Chuck in the corner. Trying to center one, got it to Brent Sutter, back to Howard Chuck. Now on the point to Murphy. He couldn't hold it in. Murphy tied up by Joel Otto. Now Murphy to Ray Bourque. Here's Bourque for Team Canada to Howard Chuck. In behind the net to Brent Sutter. Back to Murphy. Over to Bourque, and he couldn't handle the pass, and Canada has to drop back. Murphy being watched by Carpenter. Into center ice with a pass to Howard Chuck. And Gretzky had gone in ahead of the play, and it's offside. 1:21 left in Suter's penalty.
Well, you get used to the way a guy gives a pass, and all of a sudden you saw what happened with Coffey right at the point position. The puck came in and kind of handcuffed him a little bit. You're used to the way the motion of a stick and so on. You can anticipate where the puck's going to go. I don't think Coffey really was in sync with his point man mate, Ray Bourque, in that particular time.
Good to see that Coffey's right back out there as a point man right now with Bourque. Gretzky's up front, so is Howard Chuck, and so is Brent Sutter. Here's Howard Chuck trying to flip it in. Sutter couldn't get anywhere, and Bob Brook now trying to fire it away, and does. He and Kelly Miller are now the penalty killers for Team USA. Gretzky for Canada. Number 99 firing it in. Van Beesbrook steers it away. Ramsey trying to clear it. Coffey couldn't knock it down, and Canada has to retreat. 50 seconds left in Gary Suter's penalty. Canada changing on the fly as Coffey comes out of there. Fires it in. Messier digging in. Messier fired behind the net. Gretzky up front. Save Van Beesbrook. Gretzky came from the side of the net trying to pop a quick one in, but John Van Beesbrook coming up with a big save.
Well, there were two teammates working together, Messier and Gretzky. But the U.S. is beating Canada to the puck here. In comes the defenseman, in this case, Bourque, but in there to clear it away out to the blue line and then out to center ice. It's just a simple matter in that case of trying to dump it in, but not getting in there quickly enough to get to the puck.
8:40 left in period 2. 37 seconds left in Suter's penalty. Otto wins the faceoff, and it's Hatcher clearing it down the ice for Team USA. Bourque back to get it. Bourque and Coffey, the point man, gives it to Paul Coffey. Coffey to Messier. Shoots wide by a couple of feet. Now Bourque. Otto tied him up. Here's Mario Lemieux. Across on the point. Coffey centered. Knocked away, and then Carpenter there to fire it up for Team USA, and just 5 seconds left in Suter's penalty. Here's Bourque. Suter's back on, and Canada's only 1 for 11 on the power play in this Canada Cup. Here's Mario Lemieux leaving it to Messier to Rochefort. Van Beesbrook got a piece of that, and Corey Millen clears it into center ice. Back after it is Canada as they clear it down the ice, and now as Ramsey was knocked down, I think, by Mario Lemieux as he was going to the bench. Out of the sight of the referee. So they had angered Mario Lemieux. Here's Rochefort to Tuckett. Canada and Team USA tied at 1. Brent Sutter getting away. He's checked, and Corey Millen in this hard-hitting game fires it back in. Hartsburg for Canada. Beating Claude Lemieux, number 32. Quick shot, Van Beesbrook to save. Claude Lemieux. He's able to center it. Meanwhile, a big check on Housley in the corner by Tocchet, and he's been injured, and now a crowd around Rick Tocchet.
Well, I'll tell you something. That was the toughest-looking pick I've ever seen, including the National Basketball Association. Tocchet just nailed Housley, and he's down in the corner, and he is seeing the proverbial stars. He's had the wind knocked out of him. We'll take a break while I try to revive him. This is the Labatt Canada Cup. Bill Housley is up. They managed to examine everything and find out if all the parts were there. But as I mentioned, what a tough pick being run here. Now watch, coming out of your screen from the right comes Rick Tocchet. Whoa. That's a charge. It could have been interference, except for I guess they practically made an impression on him. Here it comes. Boom. That's interference. But then when you hit a guy that hard, that's charging.
Tocchet gets a penalty. Housley apparently okay and out on the ice now, and Team USA will have a power play out of this. Housley and Suter will be the point men. LaFontaine is going to be up front. Corey Millen will be on right wing, and on the left side will be Bob Carpenter. Team USA really missing a key man in Joey Mullen, a 47-goal scorer. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer the bell tonight.
Well, he's suffering a knee injury, and they hope to get him back. But he, of course, is a very valuable. I don't know why Keenan's so upset. You're just not allowed to run that kind of a play. A discussion at center ice right now. Carl Gustav Kaisla of Finland is the referee, and I have to say this: he's called a pretty good hockey game so far. He's missed a couple, but basically he's had the game very much under control. There's Bob Johnson looking at. Take a look at it again, and that's Lemieux going in. Housley checking on him, and here comes the locomotive. This one's going to make a few highlight films, I think. That's just even left his skates to make that check. Anyway, 2 minutes.
And Team USA in this 1-1 game with a key power play situation here.
They are 0 for 8 on the power play, by the way. So while their penalty killing has been great, their power play has been not very good, as one would expect with a team that bases its whole game on defense.
Housley back in action, giving it to Joel Otto. Otto to Carpenter, but off his skate. Gartner trying to steal it, and now Suter gives it to Carpenter. Carpenter with a pass to Corey Millen, number 9. Millen is the only player, by the way, doesn't play on a National Hockey League squad last year for Team USA or on Team Canada. Everybody else is an NHL player. Here's Otto. Back of the point to Housley. Housley to Carpenter. Carpenter shooting. Fewer the save. Goes to both knees to cover up on the rebound.
I'd like to remind you that coming up in our second intermission, we'll be guesting with Team USA and New York Islander player Pat LaFontaine, very personable fellow who will be talking with Dan Matheson. Mike Keenan, the coach, as you take a look at this sequence, Mike Keenan of the Team Canada coaching staff at the Toyota scoreboard, and Brad Park will be along with highlights. Here comes the play in front. Nicely moving this puck around. Canada moving into the box. Here comes the shot. Fuhr in perfect position. Makes the save.
Mike Keenan looks up at the clock. It shows 1:20 left in Tocchet's penalty. Otto on a face-off against Messier. Here's Housley. Shoots wide. And just wide. Suter tied up by Sutter. Now on the other side, Carpenter takes a hit from Rochefort. Now to Otto, back to Carpenter. Carpenter dropping it back to Housley, to Carpenter again. Centered it, knocked away at the Team Canada defense by Crossman. Housley got it to Suter. He was checked, and Housley had to hustle back. Now Carpenter. He got a stick up and knocked Rochefort flying as he defended himself. And we've seen more hitting tonight than we have in any other game in this tournament, that's for sure. Here's Housley. Beating LaFontaine, cutting in. Centered. Oh, big save. Your rebound. He stopped that too. On the rebound by Presley. Fuhr with 2 back-to-back dazzling saves. 25 seconds left of the penalty. Suter got it to center, but it's shot back in by Canada. Here's LaFontaine, number 16. Beating it into Presley. Presley back to LaFontaine. Back to Presley, but Gartner is there, and he clears it by Mike Ramsey down the ice, and that will kill out the final seconds of Tocchet's penalty. He's now back on. Team Canada at full strength. Here's Ramsey, and Tocchet takes a run right for the penalty box and hammered him. Back is Old Check with a shot. Stick save, Fuhr. Presley takes a hit on the other side from Bourque, and then the puck comes to center ice. Chelios back to get it. Over to Olczyk. Now breaking in is Canada. That play I thought was offside, but they don't whistle it down. And here's Chelios to LaFontaine, who scoops it in. Hartsburg back for Canada. 4.5 minutes left in the second period. 1-1 the score. Here's Bourque. Ray Bourque with a pass to Lemieux. Knocked away and quickly cleared back out into center ice by Langway. Now Hartsburg. Now Langway to Nyland. Almost had a breakaway, and Fuhr comes out of the net. There's a loose puck centered by Team USA. Hatcher at the point. Firing it around on the boards. Kurt Fraser's there. So is Chris Nyland as they both battle Hartsburg. Fraser centered it. Tipped away, and Langway has to chase back. Now Gretzky picks up a loose puck to Olczyk, or at least to Goulet. Into Gretzky. He's not flying. Mansoller, but no penalty. Back comes Bob Brooks shooting it in. Murphy taken out of the play. And Mario Lemieux quickly clears it into center ice. Suter back to get it, and then Mario Lemieux knocking Suter down, and then Brook comes after Lemieux. Then Fraser does. Actually, it was Nyland that Mario Lemieux leveled. And that draws the crowd to center ice. Now Chelios. And Murphy trying to get into it.
Here it comes, and Mario Lemieux took a shot from Nyland. Now Nyland, right, homed him with his stick.
Lots of fun in Hamilton. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.
There he is, still involved. We're going to get a double minor called here, or at least 2 minors called, but Nyland is going to get away with this one. He's still talking. Now he's talking to Coffey and Murphy. Here it is. Now he gave the little shot there, but yeah, you know, obviously there is the penalty, and Lemieux got that, and then Fraser got involved, Kurt Fraser, and so they evened it up that way.
2 minutes for roughing. 15 Canada, number 66.
Fraser gets a minor for roughing.
2 minutes for slashing.
And Mario Lemieux gets a minor for slashing. So each team a man short.
I'll tell you something, you know, we get so wrapped up in international hockey and the beauty of the game, and no one will contest that. But what a terrific hockey game this has been, Dan. The crowd is into it, the players are into it.
Now they're going to send Nyland into the penalty box.
Oh, he spotted the other one then.
I think Nyland is going to get a misconduct.
Yeah. Well, let's give the referee some credit here. There's been every opportunity here for the emotions to run away with this game, and he's kept a very tight rein on it. That's a perfect call to make at this time.
It's a 10-minute misconduct to Nyland. 3:31 still to play in the second period. You're not going to see a knock them down, pick them up, and knock them down again game like this every night of the week, because nobody'd have much left.
No, but you know, they're both playing for their countries. Clearly, the emotions are there. See the guy on the left there? He was the coach of Team USA back in 1976. One of the co-coaches, Harry Neal, who at that time was in the WHA. We're going to take a break as Scotty Bowman and Harry Neal look on. It's a 1-1 tie, and this is the Labatt Canada Cup. He's not biting his nails a little bit. All right, we'll catch you up on the penalties. Fraser for roughing. Lemieux, that's Mario. for slashing, and Chris Nilan a 10-minute misconduct. All of that coming at the 16:29 mark of the period. 1-1 tie, 3:31 remaining in the period. Shots on goal in the period favor Canada 12-9.
3:31 left in period 2. Mike Keenan looking on. He's been unhappy with the officiating almost from the outset of this game. 1-1 USA and Canada. LaFontaine has scored for Team USA, and Mario Lemieux has scored for Canada. Here's Carpenter, who's played a fine game, giving it to Otto. Otto, number 29, dropping it to Chelios. Shooting, Fuhr the save, rebound, cleared by Bourque, and that was a close call as Bourque now does some nifty stick handling. Then loses to Otto, but Bourque recovered and slid out and broke it up, and Crossman feeds Brent Sutter. Chelios intercepted. Number 24, Chris Chelios from the Montreal Canadiens. For Team USA to Joel Otto. Ahead to Carpenter. Fired it in, knocking it down and starting back. Crossman to Howardchuk. He gets knocked down, and then it's knocked away by Suter down the ice with Bourque back to get it. Bourque cleared it off the boards, and Hatcher goes back into Team USA's end of the rink. Rink wide to Rod Langway. Off the boards to LaFontaine. Coffey broke it up. Chopped back in by Canada, and Van Beesbrook leaves it there for Hatcher. Hatcher to Langway. Langway able to clear it into center ice. And Paul Coffey has it for Canada, giving it to Rochefort. Now to Messier. Teams each a man short. Messier to Gretzky. Into Rochefort. Just dumped it into the corner. Nobody there, and Langway able to get it and makes a little pass to Hatcher. Hatcher into center ice. Feeding one to Kelly Miller. Miller tied up by Rochefort. Then Coffey cleared it away. Here's Gretzky. And on the fly is Mike Gartner. Taken out by Ramsey on the play with a hip check. And Hatcher quickly into center ice. Here's Aaron Broughton with LaFontaine on a 2-on-2 break. And Hartsburg broke it up. Now Fraser and Lemieux out of the penalty box. Here comes Hartsburg firing it in. Going back to get it is Ramsey, number 3. Out onto right wing for Fraser to Millen. Now a chance and a shot wide by Ramsey. Meanwhile, play had been called. And what happened? Something happened on the way to Team Canada's bench, I believe, that the crowd was hollering about.
Right. Okay, we had too many men on the ice called. NHL linesman. I think it's going against the United States. So with 1:12 remaining, Canada will go on a power play here on the too many men on the ice. Now see if we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count the goaltender, that's one too many. I'll tell you one thing, they're a flying wedge, though, Dan. They're in order out there.
Okay. And they well playing their position.
Yeah, right there. Again, we remind you of our upcoming intermission. Should be an interesting one. Pat LaFontaine of Team USA. Mike Keenan, coach of Team Canada. We'll have the Toyota scoreboard, and Brad Park will be around with the highlights. All that coming up in our second intermission. There's Mike Keenan. A little tense back there. It'll look like he did in the month of May.
1:12 left in the period. Canada 1, Team USA 1. And Ed Olczyk, number 26, will serve the penalty for Team USA. Canada with the man advantage here. They're 1 for 11 on the power play in Canada Cup play this year. Here's Ray Bourque. We're in the final minute of period 2. Bourque into Tocchet. Hatcher trying to take him out. Now Otto cleared it. Here's Mario Lemieux. Back to Hartsburg. Return to Lemieux. To Hartsburg again. Shoots one. Blocked by Langway, and then diving out Van Beesbrook to cover up on it.
That may have gone past Langway. It looked like it did to me, and then goaltender Van Beesbrook shoveled it back towards Langway. There's the veteran, two-time Norris Trophy winner. And he has got a 4-stitch cut under one ear. And you can see the blood on the back of his sweater as well. We talk about trophy winners on Team USA. There's those 2 Norris trophies won by Langway, Vezina won by Van Beesbrook, and also by Tom Barrasso, the backup goaltender. Joey Mullen, a Lady Bing, and the Calder to Gary Suter and Barrasso. So they've taken their share. There's Tom Barrasso, who really had a terrific Canada Cup in 1984 until he met Sweden in the playoffs. And the first 4 shots went behind him. For some reason nobody can understand. He really came up shaky in the playoff, and he was replaced by Chico Resch in that playoff game, and USA eventually was eliminated by Sweden.
Team USA shorthanded, clearing it down the ice. Coffey back to get it. Coffey coming to center, firing it in. In comes Lemieux, trying to drop it back. Otto is there to shoot it away. Coffey and Bourque are the point men, with Lemieux up front with Howard-Chuck and Tocchet. Here's Howard-Chuck. Dropping it back for Bourque. Shoots one. Saved by Van Beesbrook. Rebound. Poked at by Bourque. And Van Beesbrook ran back. Just 9 seconds left in the period.
Well, we've been waiting for certain players to begin to take control. Look at Van Beesbrook talking to Mario Lemieux down there. But we've been waiting for players to kind of take control. And one guy who's really doing a job in that direction has been Ray Bourque in this game. He's done it both ends of the ice. We're talking about offensive defensemen and so on, but Bourque has been playing his defensive role very, very well. Befitting, I suppose, the current holder of the Norris Trophy. Talk about, hey, how about that for a couple of defensemen you'd start your team out with? 77 and 7.
I'd take him.
Take him.
Now Gretzky out there with Messier and Lemieux. 9 seconds left in the period. 58 seconds, by the way, left in the too many men on the ice penalty to Team USA. And a big face-off coming up here in Team USA's end of the rink.
Always interesting to see who they select to take the draw.
Looks like Mario and Joel Otto. 2 6'4" guys, head on.
This will be interesting.
Let's see how Otto and Mario Lemieux make out. Just 9 seconds left in this period.
Look where Gretzky's position. Bring it right back to him if they can.
He's the only man back of the play near the blue line, just about 10 feet inside the blue line. And Lemieux gets it to Coffey, to Gretzky, closing in, shoots. Messier failed, now Lemieux shoots, he scores! Mario Lemieux!
What a great play. Now back to Gretzky, who has a pass. He shoots it in. Now Lemieux's going for the net. Now watch the move from behind the net. The other night, he had that opportunity and missed. Tonight, he puts it in, and it's his second goal of the night on a power play. And for the first time in this game, Canada has the lead. Now Gretzky flips it in. Messier's there, so's Lemieux, and Lemieux shot it in.
And didn't they work the face-off perfectly? Mario won that to Coffey, to Gretzky. He flipped it in front. Messier missed it, but Lemieux didn't, and puts it in, and Canada, with 3 seconds left in the period, takes the lead. 2-1, and now as the puck is dropped, play winds down to the end of the second period, and a big late goal. Mario Lemieux from Gretzky had a tough break for John Van Beesbrook, the Team USA goalie, on that last one.
Well, a great goal, though, when you think about it. The tremendous athletic ability of Mario Lemieux for a big guy to be able to pull that puck out quickly and pop it into the net. It came with just 3 seconds left in the period, and Canada leads the United States 2-1. Coming up, our second intermission. This is the Labatt Canada Cup.